Nation of Fit in 10, it is day 6. And hopefully by now you are entering in the days that you're going to work out, the days that you're going to do your cardio, the days that you're going to plan and prepare your food. If you put in your calendar, you're going to be much more accountable to it. Remember, if you try to wing this challenge, you will not be successful. You won't. I don't know anybody that's winged this challenge and has done wellness. It just doesn't happen. Planning is everything in this challenge. Question about restaurants. What happens if you want to eat at a restaurant? Well, I'm going to encourage you not to eat at a restaurant, but it may happen throughout the challenge. And if that's the case, I'm going to highly encourage you to order basic foods. So foods that are not a conglomeration, not a recipe, not something like, a lasagna or a teriyaki rice bowl or something like that. Go with something that is just more split into basic foods, like a steak and a potato, or a salmon fillet and rice, or salad and chicken, something like that. Something where you know the amount of meat you're going to get, and they can tell you that. And also something where you're getting basically foods that are, for lack of a better description, as least molested as possible. That is, they haven't been inundated with all these other ingredients. It's very common for restaurants to add things. Listen, restaurants want to make foods good. They want to make foods taste good, I should say. And they do this by adding usually one or both of some sort of sugars and or fats. Right? So we want to be very, very careful with this. So we want to go with basic foods. So if you eat out at a restaurant, stick with basic foods. And one step above that, try to get the amounts, because amounts matter. Remember this. It's not just about eating, quote, healthy. Amounts matter. Okay, let's talk about protein. Why is protein so important? Why do I suggest that you have it, every meal of the day? Well, for one, protein is a building block for all tissues in the body. Everything that you can see or not, with the exception of your body fat, is made up primarily of protein. And this includes bone, by the way. Everybody think bone is calcium. Yes, it does have calcium, but bone is over 50% protein. You need protein for maintenance of all this. Protein is a building block, and protein is not something we want to utilize as an energy source. Okay, we'll let primarily carbohydrates do this, maybe fat to some degree. Did you know that protein has the highest thermic effect? What is thermic effect? Thermic effect is the amount of energy that it takes to digest that food. So on average, it depends obviously on the source of protein, but about 30% of all calories that come in protein goes towards the digestion of protein. Protein is the macronutrient that has the highest thermic effect. Number 3. I already touched upon this, but I'm going to say it again. It is necessary for the maintenance and building of muscle tissue. For your recovery, you will have better recovery, you will have less soreness, you will have a lower time of soreness if you have adequate amounts of protein and calories. Because if you don't get those calories, then that protein is utilized for energy. Number 4, protein is the most satiating macronutrient. Fat has got a very high satiating effect as well. Protein is going to make you feel the fullest. And I'll get to some more reasons as to why you want to have regular amounts of protein throughout the day tomorrow. All right, let's get to the message of the day. And what is my message of the day? If you talk about it, it's a dream. If you envision it, it's possible. But if you schedule it, it becomes a reality. If you schedule it, it becomes a reality. I'll say it one more time. If you schedule it, it becomes a reality. All right, I'm going to say the whole quote again. If you talk about it, it's possible. If you talk about it, it's a dream. If you envision it, it's possible. If you schedule it, you're at least one more much bigger step towards it becoming a reality. Treat it like an appointment to which you are 100% accountable to. You cannot cancel that appointment. As I mentioned, these workouts, whether it's your cardio, your weights, food prep, everything, put these items in your calendar, these times where you're going to work towards whatever it is you're working towards, as appointments, as immovable rocks that you cannot change. Accountability is everything in this. Accountability is what helps us to make things happen. Okay, positive energy, positive vibes, believe in yourself, for love, God, give some gratitude, and I'll talk to you all very soon. See you guys.